joining us in studio is the Hall of Famer, Thurman Thomas. Thurman, good to see you.
Thurman, the Bills set a visiting team record for rushing yards in
Acrisure
Stadium. Your thoughts?
Should have been setting records all year long. Whatever, man.
Be an encourager.
Well, I mean, yeah, exactly, man. Hey,
go,
I'm
man.
happy for him, but you know what? I'm probably going to need 250 this week
250.
to keep Cincinnati's offense off the field.
Okay.
All right. So I sense your game plan already formulated.
Pretty much.
Well, it really doesn't deviate.
I
all
know,
that
right?
much.
I mean, yeah, it really doesn't. I mean,
Hand the ball off, step
this
back and
guy's
watch.
almost, it's, he's on pace for, 1,600 yards? And people were at the beginning of the season talking about, we're wearing him out. Yeah, right. Man, you got the number one offensive line in the league, number one rushing team in the league with an MVP quarterback. Man, let's go.
He's 56 yards behind Jonathan Taylor now for the rushing lead.
Oh, he can catch him easy. He can catch him easily.
Well,
easily.
and with Daniel Jones gimpy,
Yeah.
you would think more teams could load the box on Taylor going forward here to some degree. Maybe not all the time, but more of the time, which would make it harder on Taylor.
Yeah.
And they've got some tough games coming up too.
He's rushed for 100 yards in 4 out of the last 6.
Yeah, 7 total, which leads the league.
Leads the league.
7 100-yard rushing games leads the league. And he's averaging 5.3 a carry.
That's the amazing stat right there.
Yeah.
5.3.
That's a big number.
That's a big number.
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
remember
that's like a Barrett Sanders type
Yeah.
number.
I think C.J. Spiller has the team record of 6.
Right.
He did that in 2012 when he had his big year here. And that was really it from him. And I think OJ might have a couple that are up there on the list, but I think 6.0 is the
number.
franchise
number.
number for a single season.
Are you at all? I guess you're not because you said this, but he's got 231 touches so far. Carries, not catches. It has nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, he'll blow past 300.
Right. That's what I'm. How many is too many?
He's 25.
He's 25, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he had.
And at the beginning of the season, people were saying, "Oh, well, the load for James Cook shouldn't be that way. We're overworking him or whatever." Dude's 25 years old, just had a career high 32 carries. This is his.
Sorry, he's
50th?
26. Turned 26 in September.
His biggest season was 2023. 2 years ago, he had 237 carries.
Right.
Last year, he had 207.
Yeah.
But he had 16 touchdowns. He had all those touchdowns.
Yeah.
By far, this is his biggest
Heaviest
year.
workload year.
Heaviest workload to this point of the season. You're not worried though.
Not worried at all.
Okay.
Not worried. Like I said, I think we talked about this at the beginning of the season or right after the season started for a couple of games. He doesn't take big hits, guys.
Yeah, that's true.
He does not take big hits or he's dishing it out. I mean, I saw one play on the sideline where he could have easily ran out of bounds. I mean, he delivered a blow to the defensive back. Right. So, I mean, rightfully so, it's a defensive
remember,
back.
But it was also in the third or fourth quarter when they wanted no more of it. Pittsburgh.
Well, you still deliver that blow.
That's right.
You
Well, yeah, that's
still
what it's
deliver
easier to
that
do,
blow.
though, is my point is,
You
it ain't
deliver
like,
that blow
it ain't the
no
first
matter
quarter
what.
when they're all juiced up and everything. It's like a fourth quarter when they're down 3 scores and their offense can't get out of its own way. Then their defense, all their body language changed, everything. The defense was just like, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
And that's when you do it. Yeah, you got to just put an exclamation point on it.
Right
that
there.
Right there.
There you go. That's Jalen Ramsey.
That was the first play of the game. That right there was the first play of the game.
Yeah.
And so I'm with you. He's turned into the engine of the offense, and rightfully so in a game, particularly in a game like last week.
Yeah.
It really, really went the Bills' way. And what'd you think about the 2 backup offensive tackles, the way the offensive line played? I got to say, I was impressed.
I was definitely impressed. I mean, we didn't hear T.J. Watt's name pretty much all day.
No, that's why he
I
was
don't think
whining.
he had
after
He
the
didn't have a
game.
stat.
He didn't have a stat.
I think he had 4 assisted tackles.
Yeah, but I think that's more encouraging for, you know what, it gives an opportunity for Spencer Brown and Deion Dawkins to get some more rest, knowing that you can count on these 2 guys. I mean, and I think that's kind of where they're at now. I don't know where Deion's at or where Spencer's at as far as
Deion's
playing
been
this
practicing this week. Didn't have the red non-contact jersey on today.
Seemed like he practiced full today. But
We'll see
was
what the
not
designation
cleared
is.
yet. So we'll wait and see if he has
But
any
he's in
setbacks.
step 4. If he's doing contact practice, that means
he
he's
might
step
play.
4 of the 5-step return to play protocol. So our best guess right now, and we're not doctors or athletic trainers, comes through today's practice, comes in tomorrow morning, gets his baseline test,
Yeah.
and if his test matches up with his baseline, no symptoms, there's a potential for him to get full medical clearance as early as tomorrow, maybe Saturday. We'll
Right.
have to wait and see.
Yeah. Well, going back to, the offensive lineman that took Dion and
Yeah, Vandermark and
Spencer.
Anderson.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about it last week. They kept it very simple for him.
Right.
They kept it
Like
very
good plays.
right.
We were talking
kept
about it.
it very
It's
simple
great.
for him.
I don't know.
I think that can be possibly this week too, to keep them very simple. Very simple for those guys.
Right. I don't think they went in thinking we're only going to run 2 running plays. I thought they probably had a whole minute. But once it started working, it's like, then it gets, you know how it is. It gets good to those guys. It's like, lad, let's keep doing it,
Let's
man.
keep
Let's
doing
go.
it. Yeah, exactly.
What do you think and why? Because for us out here, you always think, well, if I were a coach, particularly a Pittsburgh coach in this last game, you've got to like almost exaggerate an adjustment, like go like 6D lineman. You're like, you got to do something out of the ordinary to stop what the Bills are doing.
Yeah.
They never did.
No, they never did. And even to just jump off of subject for a little bit, I think Mike Tomlin's in trouble.
Well, yeah.
I think he's in trouble, and I don't think the Aaron Rodgers signing was a good signing for them.
Well, he hasn't been
I
a good
just
quarterback
don't.
since
I mean,
2022.
it's one of those deals where, you know what? He's 2 years old?
He just turned 42.
Come on, dude. That's enough football for you.
Yeah.
And you're not performing. I mean, you trip and you get hurt. I mean, it's just not good for him.
I get that, and you're right. It's going to turn out to be he wasn't the answer.
No.
But that's the guy I would have signed. I got to be honest with you. I mean, I would have. I don't know
Well,
who
it was
what
kind of
else-
slim pickings.
Right, it's slim pick. You got to go with what you got, and their hands were a little bit tied as to who was available for them to sign. So I get, but he's not the answer.
It's just not the Pittsburgh way.
Well, I don't know what Omar Khan was doing, because it wasn't just Rogers, Thurm.
Right.
I mean, they traded for
Ramsey.
Ramsey.
and sent away Fitzpatrick. I mean, they trade for DK Metcalf. That's a player who's still in his prime, but they gave up a second-round pick for that guy.
Darius Slay
And
had 9 starts for them this year, and
They've got,
he was long in
they've
the
got
tooth.
the oldest, most expensive defense in football.
Yeah.
And it's not a good defense anymore at all.
It's not the
I mean, you
Pittsburgh
saw
way.
it.
Yeah.
I made this
not the
statement. I want to
Pittsburgh
see when Josh and Cam Hayward got into their altercation. When I went back and looked at the video, I am convinced now more than ever, Cam was making a leadership play to try and get a spark in his team. Josh didn't cheap shot him.
No, I don't
But he
think
was
so.
telling his teammates he did so that they would get fired up against the quarterback of the other team. I thought it was.
And it still
I
didn't
get it.
work.
I get it. It's a
Yeah.
good move on
It's a
his
good
part to
move,
try and
yeah.
get light because they lit a fire under our offense by hitting Josh
By
late.
hitting Josh late, yeah.
He was trying to do the exact same thing for his defense,
Yeah,
and
I get it.
they just didn't have it in him.
I get it. No, they didn't have it in it. And that's what you don't want out of your football team, to have somebody give them a spark. You should have that spark already.
Right.
You know what? You should have that spark. This is really a well-run organization, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Just putting on that uniform, you should have a spark, right?
Right.
Right? I mean, it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? And obviously things haven't been going well for them, but and to give Cam credit, he picked the right guy.
Yeah.
He picked the right guy, but
Yeah.
in a sense, it was the wrong guy, because you don't mess with Josh. Like I've said before, when you piss Josh off, he turns it up a notch.
he's got a
I mean,
gear.
he's
got
just
a
that
gear.
way.
He's
Yeah,
got
he
that
has
gear.
another gear. Yeah, and I think that fires up our team.
I've
you
been
know?
telling Brownie and said it a couple of times. Marv said that about us after Super Bowl 25 or something when Parcells won it, and they thought, well, if Parcells gets his guy fired. Marv said, listen, if I have to fire you up, I got the wrong guys.
right,
Right,
exactly.
and that's
Yep,
and
exactly
we
what
took
he said.
we
Yeah.
actually said, you know what, he's right, let's
He's
go,
right.
and that was kind of the way we did it. And like you said, if you're looking for somebody or something else to fire you up, and the Bills are guilty of it too. That first half of their offense was bad. I mean, 3 points against that defense.
Yeah,
I mean,
there's no argument with me out of that.
So then when they hit Josh and he goes out and then they get the field goal
Yeah.
at halftime, they come out after halftime, of course, and then they run away with it. But you got to show up ready to play. And
You got to show up ready to play. I mean, you got to show up ready to practice. I mean, that's pretty much from the start. You know, like I said, I can't remember where we had like bad practices. I mean, we had great practices every single.
we were pretty
because
efficient.
we were like pretty efficient of what we wanted to do and how we wanted to do it. Like the coach didn't have to tell us, like, okay, we need to do this or do that. No, we knew the type of players that we had on our football team, and I think that goes along with this team right now, and it all starts with Josh too.
What were your thoughts on Ray Davis's performance? I thought it was probably his best performance of the season.
In a while, yeah.
And I need your thoughts on this, Thurm, because it seems to me that whenever Ray tries to bounce a run outside, he cannot get the corner effectively. He's just not as quick twitch as James is. That much is obvious. But like his change of direction and being able to move laterally and then stick his foot in the ground again, it just doesn't seem to be. We know it's not what James is. James is an elite talent.
Yeah.
I'm of the belief only downhill runs for that cat, number one. And then number two, if the hole is plugged, just run your head into the hole anyway and just get one or two, because when he tries to bounce, he loses yardage. What is the decision-making process for that stuff in terms of, I mean, it's all instinct as to when to bounce, right? But it just doesn't seem to work well for him.
Yeah, sometimes it is instinct of trying to bounce the play, but yeah, I'm with you on this, and I think where we see the best out of Ray Davis, and I've kept saying it, throughout the entire football game, keep that guy, especially like in the I formation.
And between the tackles.
Going downhill between the tackles. None of that pitch stuff outside. No, this guy is he's a little bowling ball.
Yeah.
He needs to be like going between the tackles every single play. And I think that with his running style, low center of gravity, I mean, even if he does get 2 yards, I mean, in this day and age, you're probably going to have a couple of linemen push you to get 3 more extra yards like they do with Josh,
That's the way it works,
down on the goal line. That's the way it works now. And, I don't think, he just doesn't have, like, that quickness to jump outside and accelerate.
He's not
like
a jump
James
cutter.
Cook.
Yeah.
No, he's not a jump. He's a downhill runner.
Yeah.
He's an Earl Campbell. Downhill run. That's it.
Yeah.
None of this
Minus
outside
about 30
stuff.
pounds.
Yeah, minus about 30 pounds. But he's a downhill runner. That's all
Same
the plays
style.
that he should be running downhill like that, or kind of like counter plays.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to get it reinforced by someone who knows what he's
Yeah,
looking at.
I think with Ray is that, James is having such a hell of a year that we haven't saw him on the football field. And this was the first time extensively we've saw him.
Well, it's just good to be reminded that he can be productive for you in that way.
In that moment, in that way, downhill running.
Yeah.
Were you surprised that the Bills ran it, had, 40 or 41 called runs? I mean, that was – and the fact that they repeated those runs and they kept having success with it. Really, it was a historic game.
Yeah, it was dominant.
Yeah.
It was dominant by those guys. And you know what? Look, when this weather starts to turn like it is,
Right.
this is a perfect time for it. That was a perfect time for it. I don't know what the forecast is going to be Sunday, but
It's going to be overcast and cold, no precip, and not a lot of wind either.
I don't know I don't even know. I can't even tell you a person on Cincinnati's defense.
Well,
And out of how they are and where they rank.
they're
But I think
they've been a
they-
bad
they're
defense.
32.
Well, you know what? If they're 32, make them continue to be 32 and pound the football like you did.
They've got
However you got to the Pittsburgh way, get to this way against the Cincinnati Bengals.
They've got 2 rookie linebackers that start for them now. They traded Logan Wilson, as you know, at the trade deadline because they wanted to get faster and more athletic at the second level, and they are that now with Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight. Those are the 2 rookie linebackers in there. But they go heavy up front. So I'm very curious what the approach is going to be run game-wise with Aaron Cromer and Joe Brady and how they draw that up this week, because if they're that big up front, you would say, okay, get them on the move, kind of like they did with Carolina, where they're
big
less
guys
effective
inside,
because they're not just standing in there and grinding. But at the same time, they've got those two second-level linebackers that can really go sideline to sideline. So I'm wondering what the approach is there, because their front would say one thing, but the athleticism of their linebackers at the second level might say take a different approach.
Yeah, that's something that, I think when you have those type of linebackers like that, get them going one way and having to counter back the other way, which for me would be maybe run some counters with the tight end and the guard.
Right. Get them to take the wrong step.
Get them to take the wrong step just for a second because you have the offensive line, the tackle and the center blocking back. So they take that step this way, they got to retreat and go back the other way just to get them off their lane. Just to
they're
get them
already
off
out leveraged.
Already out leveraged. So, yeah, I mean, it's I'm expecting to see some counters this year.
Okay.
This week.
Yeah. Yeah, get them moving the wrong direction. It's hard for a 360-pounder to change direction. So
What about, Higgins is back practicing. He's also in concussion protocol like
Right.
Dion. We'll see if he gets out of his concussion protocol, but started practicing yesterday. So there's a very good chance for the first time in a long time that the Bengals have Burrow, Higgins, and Chase on the field all at the same time.
Yeah, that's a problem. They are a problem. And they're the type of team that they don't, like, this is what we're going to do. We have to throw it 50 times.
Right.
That's what we're going to do. They will
have no
abandon the
problem.
run in a minute.
Now, they did run it 33 times against the Ravens last week on Thanksgiving, but I think that was partially because they got up on the scoreboard.
yeah, it was some of their runs. I think probably came late in the game after they're up 2 touchdowns. So
Yeah, run the clock out or whatever.
Yeah, shorten the
but-
game.
so they
yeah,
kind
but
of inflated that number a little, at least a little. But yes, you're right. They ain't gonna run the ball in this game. They're gonna
No, they're going. I mean, the best way for them to score 30 points is to throw it every single down.
and it will be dictated as to how the Bills' offense plays as well. They
Exactly.
got to show up, and
Yeah.
and then the Bills are a really good front running team because of the efficiency of their offense.
Plus, they're built to stop the pass defensively,
Right.
for the most part.
Right.
It's going to be an interesting game, and I told Brent it's going to be interesting to see how the Bills choose to attack the Bengals defense. They give up; they're 32nd in the league in passing yards given up and 32nd in run yards given up. So they'll
But
give
Josh
you,
could have a
might
big
be able to
day.
pick whatever you
Listen,
want.
Right, exactly.
they'll give you
Yeah.
yards for Christmas.
Right.
They don't
Yeah.
care, but
Yeah.
you got to finish drives
With
And-
touchdowns.
and that's.
And I think that's where the problem becomes because now you're in a situation where Cook is having this phenomenal year. The guys up front are blocking. The 12 personnel or whatever you want to have, out there on the field is doing well. And I just think that presents a problem to them because the running game is with James Cook, and you're not. It just throws away your game plan if Josh Allen becomes a part of that.
Last thing I wanted to ask you about was the play of the run defense this past week. Shaq Thompson wearing the green dot. We had him in studio here yesterday. Leadership just oozes off of this guy.
Oh my God.
What were your impressions of seeing him in a full-time role, middle linebacker, running the defense?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I mean, when I think I saw him do an interview, it was like, we got to just man up and just be able to stop the run every single play.
Yeah, enough is enough.
And enough is enough. And, I mean, man, he's I wish he was like 4 or 5 years younger so we can re-sign him or whatever.
This guy
I wish you and me were 4 or 5 years
right,
younger.
yeah. But he's been in the league, and he brings a spark to this. To this
I think it's
defense.
perfect too that he hasn't been asked to play 90 snaps again, 90% of the snaps defensively.
Right.
And at this point of the season, when he does get a chance to play, he comes in. He's acclimated. The guys know him. His voice resonates with them, and he's got some credibility.
Yeah. And he got a nice house in Charlotte that's for sale too.
Okay, all right. So yeah,
Talk to Shaq about that.
I'm. It's the timing is perfect for him.
Yeah.
And this defense for him to come in and make a difference at the right time of the year.
Yeah,
Right time
yeah.
of the season.
Yeah, especially at the end of the year where everybody's tired and you've played 14 games or 13 games and he comes in and he gives that spark.
Yeah.
And I think that's what this defense needs. And I hope he continues to play the way he's been playing.
Thurm, thanks for stopping in as always. We appreciate it. And you'll be at the game. You'll be at the game on Sunday.
Run the ball. Yeah, huh?
Be at the game on Sunday.
Oh, absolutely.
Did you see who the legend of the game is?
Oh yeah, I saw
DT?
who the legend- DT. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So the last stat I'm going to give you.
Okay.
The Cincinnati Bengals are 28th in the league at red zone efficiency defensively. So they struggle in keeping people out, and the Bills are number 11 getting it in to the end zone.
That's our advantage.
So it's an advantage Buffalo, but that's going to help him. And I told him, and we can back this up because I know you will. Red zone offense is about the ability to run it down close. And if you can do that, and they got to bear up, and it opens up that back, and those windows are just a little bit bigger for the passing game if you do need to pass it. But if you can run it in the red zone, you're dominant.
Yeah.
And the Bills are good at it.
They're
with
really
Josh
good. With
and James.
and I think that where Josh comes into play because
Right, yeah.
I mean, it's Rizzo. I mean, he can run it in from the 20-yard line
Right.
easily, or he can run it in from the 5 or the 1 or whatever.
Or the 8 like he did last
like
week.
he did last week, yeah, and got kind of pushed around with the lineman to go in. So yeah,
It's hard.
I'm interesting game on both sides because we want to run the football in weather like this, but also they want to be able to put up 30, 35 points too with their passing game. So interesting game, but Bills got it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, you heard it. Hall of Famer Thurman Thomas calling a Bills victory. Thurm, thanks as always for the time. We'll catch
You're
up with
welcome.
you next week. That's
Thanks, Thurm. No
that's
problem.
Thurm.